Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA is a national nonprofit working to transform youth and high school sports so that every child has a positive character-building youth sports experience. PCA provides live and online workshops to train double-goal coaches whose first goal is winning and whose second, more important goal is teaching life lessons through sports. PCA also has workshops for parents and high school student-athletes. For more information, please visit positivecoach.org.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey.
Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
From Cobley Stadium on the campus of Harrison High School in Cobb County, outside 285 in the perimeter. It is the Soccer Down Here, SDH Network's Game of the Week. We're here for the doubleheader. Two teams that really want to face off against quality competition in non-region play. Just around the corner, it's the girls' matchup between the Greyhounds of Pope and the Hoyas of Harrison. Following that, a short time later, will be the boys' matchup. And alongside Jason Longshore, I'm John Nelson here. Good evening, and good to have you back, Jason.
Good to be back. Two teams looking for their first win of the season. Weather has played havoc with the Georgia high school season so far this year. Harrison, only one game under their belts. They're 0-1. Pope comes in 0-2-1. 0-1 on the road with a draw against Grady.
That loss for Harrison was a 2-1 loss to Kennesaw Mountain just down the street here on February 11th. The goals allowed for Pope on the flip side is 4. They've lost to Roswell and Lassiter. Drew Grady 1-1. This is a roster that has 10 underclassmen, 7 sophomores, 3 freshmen, 5 juniors, only 4 seniors for Pope here in 2020.
And it's a young lineup for Pope tonight with 2 freshmen in the starting lineup, a multitude of sophomores, and 1 senior in goal, Bryn Yoder.
All right, you want to break down the starting lineups and what we are going to be talking about here?
Yeah, let's go start with the visitors. Pope comes in a 4-3-3. Bryn Yoder, the senior, in goal. Backline left to right will be Emily Toole, Allison Gentry, Emma McCurry, and Ashlyn Laverty. 3 in the midfield. It's Natalie Aloisi as the holding midfielder. Presley Morales and Rebecca Borrell are the advanced midfielders. And in the front line of 3, Emily Wyatrek is your left winger. Setagato is your forward, and Lauren Gellers on the right wing.
In catching up with head coach Heath Green from Pope, he said that the lineup that we're going to talk about next for Harrison is going to have 3 of the most talented midfielders that they're going to see all season long. They scouted them against Lassiter. We'll get into keys for Pope in just a little bit, but it's a veteran lineup for Harrison coming out here.
Sophie Dishman starts in goal, and the back line, left to right, Madeline Mitchell on the left side. Shelby Walling is one of the center backs alongside Delaney Kewen. On the right side, it is Kate midfield. 3 men in the midfield, with Avery Visage as the captain, one of the captains tonight. Megan McCary and Megan Allyward are your 2 advanced midfielders. And then on the left wing, it's Alexis Scarpinato. Your center forward is Brittany Brownlee, and your right winger is Abby Langston.
Allyward is already set to go to Middle Tennessee State for her college days. Visage is declared to Virginia Tech. So the pedigree for Jonathan Gross is already set up. Now it's time for the national anthem. We'll pick things up on the flip side.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Georgia. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Georgia High School Association and the Georgia Athletic Directors Association.
Welcome back to Cobley Stadium on the campus of Harrison High School. We're getting you ready for the girls' matchup between Pope and Harrison. Once again, thanks for hanging out with us on the Soccer Down Here app and at soccerdownhere.net as a part of our SDH Network's Game of the Week. We'll be heading to Roswell in 2 weeks' time for the Big Parkview Roswell matchup, but tonight it is Harrison and Pope. A couple of interesting aspects for these two particular games. For Harrison High, head coach Jonathan Gross. He's the head coach for both the boys and the girls side, so we'll be seeing him on the touchline all night long for Harrison. And once again with Gross, he wanted to go up against a team that had a similar style, something that he knew that he was going to be facing when you came into region play.
It's going to get a little chilly for Gross tonight. Doing two games on the sideline tonight. It's a little difficult at times when you're dealing with two teams and kind of managing all the different challenges that come from that.
In talking to Heath Green, the head coach for Pope High School, once again, his ideas, perhaps knowing that the three center mids are very, very good, that he's going to be going up against, that are dressed in Harrison jerseys. You want to try to take away the diagonals, match their intensity, and he thinks that they can get chances offensively, forcing them to defend both sides of the field, meaning Harrison. So you might try to see some switches early on from Pope to try to see if they can flip the field and get some offensive activity done there for Pope. So it was good to catch up with both the Pope coaching staff and the Harrison coaching staff leading into these games tonight. So once again, thanks for hanging out with us for both of these matchups. And it's going to be a fun night here at Cobley Stadium, home for the state championship football team for the Hoyas, Matt Dickman, winning the title there for Harrison. And Cobb schools have been on break all week, so this is the lead activity that we're getting here at Cobley Stadium is Hoya soccer tonight going up against Pope. Getting ready for the opening whistle. And there it is. Once again, reminder that in high school, you're talking 2 40-minute halves. And as you picture the match in your mind's eye, you have Pope in their white kits with the blue stripes, and they'll be going from left to right here in the first 40 minutes. Harrison in their dark blue with white piping, they'll be going from right to left.
Good cut inside and great through ball. A little heavy,
so picked up by Pope, and you're going to have Bryn Yoder in net, and she's going to bring it back the other way, putting her right cleat into the ball, headed it back center circle. Harrison trying to attack, but it looks like Pope's going to end up with possession here, trying to get it through center circle.
Two teams playing the same formation. You've got a lot of players in that midfield with 3 for both sides. Little crowded to play through there. We'll see who figures out an escape route first.
Avery Visage with it for Harrison. 2 Pope players there to defend, and they're going to come back the other way with it. Once again, heading left to right. Ball down the far side, but picked up defensively and sent back to Harrison in net and Sophie Dishman.
Good idea to try to get out wide on the left. Didn't come off, but you see both teams starting to experiment a little bit and look for the openings.
Through the cleats of Rebecca Burrell. She couldn't keep it in. Nicely done. Can Pope get back defensively? Getting there quickly was Bryn Yoder to clear. Big chance for Harrison in the first minute and a half.
Young squad for the Greyhounds, and Yoder has to organize that back line. It's a couple times that Harrison's nearly been able to find a way through.
Natalie Aloisi couldn't quite get a hold of it. But the back line does for Pope, and they'll charge it again. And they're going to call a foul. So Pope will end up with possession. The foul called on Megan McCary.
Free kick just inside the defensive half for the Greyhounds.
Sent forward by Pope at that back line of 4 there to head it back in towards center circle. And a lot of space for the Hoyas.
Megan Allyward plays it out wide to the right side.
Visage trying to center it inside the area. Headed back and headed clear, and so Pope is going to come back with it for another opportunity, but intercepted again by Harrison. Early pressure.
Harrison consistently winning the ball in midfield. Let's see if they can find something down the right. They've targeted the right side of Pope's squad, trying to play through Abby Langston.
Throw in looking for Brownlee. She'll grab hold of it. Far corner, center. Blocked by Pope defensively, but Harrison will try to calm things down. A little back and forth inside the area. Right end up and over the bar. Early chance that time for Harrison. Getting under it just a little too much was Alexis Scarpinato.
Fell right to Scarpinato, but she's unable to stay over the ball. Tests the goalkeeper, puts it over the crossbar. First chance of the night.
3 minutes, 15 seconds in here at Cobley Stadium. And once again, you've got Pope going from left to right here in the first 40 minutes. Intercepted nicely that time by Harrison. Chipped ahead into the area, but Bryn Yoder will get there for Pope.
Yoder, no hesitation coming off of her line. It's necessary with a Greyhounds team that wants to play a high line defensively. Yoder has to be very decisive in coming out of her 18.
Good double back that time. Opportunity here for Pope. Trying to spin things off to the left. Emma Wyatrick couldn't quite hold it and grab possession. The pass was a little behind her. Couldn't quite turn to keep possession, so it'll be a throw-in in the 5th minute here for Harrison.
Home teams had the initiative so far, especially down the right side. They have the one chance of the night. We'll see if they can build from there.
Megan Allyward trying to work it down the far side. She found Brittany Brownlee. Back center circle. Harrison going a little backward to bring it forward.
Good work moving from the right to the left by the Hoyas. Final ball not there, and it's a giveaway. Here come the Greyhounds.
Nicely done to try to maintain control that time was Lauren Geller. Geller with it now. Pressure from behind. Looked like Scarpinato was there. And it was Scarpinato with the interception and the pickpocket. Trying to get things forward, but it's intercepted by Pope, and they'll try to control things center third.
Visage nearly picked out that through ball. Headed away by the Greyhounds' back line. They look for an outlet down the left, but the pass is too much.
Sedagato with her first touch. A little heavy with it there. Trying to find Emily Toole along the far side. Toole heading to Georgia State after her time at Pope is done. Entry to Langston. Langston will try to go forward with the right, but there to track it down was Yoder. Yoder coming out of the area to get it cleared, just to get it away from the attacking third. So it will be a Harrison throw in their attacking half.
Goalkeepers today have to be able to play with their feet. They're just an extension of the team on the field. I think in the past, a lot of times, they were completely separate, and they trained separately and felt disconnected from the group. You see it with Yoder. She has to be in sync with her back line at all times.
Langston trying to get into the area, flicked, but it goes into Yoder's hands. Nicely defended that time by Pope. And the Greyhounds will have it again as we are now in minute number 8.
Pope's two center backs, junior Allison Gentry and junior Emma McCurry, handling things so far with one exception, the shot over the bar.
Allyward. Nicely done to change direction there. Scarpinato with a nice back and forth. Visage trying to control things. It's going to go into the near corner. Nicely defended that time by Emma McCurry, but it will be a deep throw in the attacking third for the Hoyas.
With two teams in the same shape, it's going to take a holding midfielder like Visage driving forward to open things up.
Right shot was spilled a little bit. Opportunity was there for Harrison. It can't quite get a second chance, but it looks like they will regain possession.
Good first touch from Visage. Shot left-footed, but right at Yoder.
Couple of hops, and Yoder ends up with it here. Goal is from Cobley Stadium. It is Pope and Harrison. Game 1 of 2 here for your SDH Game of the Week.
Visage wins the punt, heads it straight down. No foul called. It will be a throw for the Greyhounds as Harrison can't keep possession down the left.
Scarpinato and Laverty were going at it.
Overruled. It's going to be a throw for the Hoyas.
So let's see what happens here with Alleyward. Laverty going with her. 2 Pope defenders clamped down very, very quickly and just cleared, but it's going to be another deep throw for Harrison.
Cleared away by Gentry, coming out of the middle, close things down out on the left.
Couldn't quite turn on that idea, Scarpinato, and it ends up going off the outside of her left boot, and it'll end up being a goal kick for Yoder.
All the pressure's turning Pope's 4-3-3 into more of a 4-5-1 as the wingers have to drop deeper and deeper to help. Harrison's midfield winning all the battles so far, keeping everything in front of them.
Yoder, foot into the ball, ends up middle third. Good work there to turn by Presley Morales. Challenge nicely picked up that time by Burrell.
Good step by Katie May, though, and the tackle slows things down.
Burrell too much behind that one, and it's going to end up being another goal kick here on the right-hand side for Harrison that time.
This time Sophie Dishman will bring this back into play.
Good work that time by Pope to try to just spring the attack and just turn things really quickly to get things down into their attacking third.
They have to turn the field. It becomes a little bit of a field possession, battle here because first part of it, Harrison was just keeping everything in Pope's half.
Burrell with the header, not controlled initially by Harrison, so it's going to be Pope coming back the other way, but defended well. And it looks like Alleyward is going to try to clear it. Center circle. Visage has some room. Good step over there to change direction. Scarpinato, near attacking third, cuts it inside, wants to try to set up the right foot, but back defending was Pope, but stolen back. And physical play by Scarpinato there, once again knocking Laverty off the ball. But it's going to end up being a free kick off of the foul. Okay. Ashlyn Laverty, the sophomore, going up against the senior in Alleyward. Trying to be very, very physical down in the attacking third and even inside the area to try to get shots on Yoder. Picked off easily off of the free kick, but good 1-2 game by Pope. Brings it in toward the center line. Just a lot of back and forth right now between the Greyhounds and the Hoyas, but flipping the field as they wanted to do. We're on the far side. It's Wyatrick. But here comes Harrison again. Once again, Pope's midfielders and defenders stepping into the play to try to gain possession back as quickly as they lose it. Having a good job of that so far. Foul called near center line as Presley Morales was knocked off the ball, so it'll be another free kick.
This time it's inside Harrison's half. We'll see if Pope can create something out of it.
Right in the middle of it all, Sedagato was over her. Shouldered off, and it's going to be a Pope throw in the attacking third. Last touch by Harrison.
Lauren Geller able to win that throw.
Laverty with the throw. Headed backward, and it's going to be our first corner of the match here on the near side, as it was last touched by Visage back to defend.
It's good work by Geller again down the right. Turns that throw into a corner kick for the Greyhounds.
Emily Toole will take. So we're now halfway through minute number 12. Pope sends players in, rushing from the top of the area, headed out.
Scarpinato heads it away.
Headed down. Can Pope turn it into a shot? Turn it into control? Little right, off the right foot, deflected once, deflected twice. Deep throw once again for Pope with the pressure.
Geller trying to find a shot with the right, pulled it back, looked for the shot with the left, and it was blocked. Earns the throw.
So Laverty again will come in for the throw. See what Pope has in mind. Into the area. 2 defenders on Geller as she tried to turn. It's going to be a corner.
Pope has flipped to the field here, and they're keeping it in Harrison's end. A couple corners. Last one was defended very well. Alexis Scarpinato, one of the captains for the Hoyas, with the header at the near post.
Aloisi will bring it in.
Scarpinato again heads it away.
Great presence there by Harrison to get rid of it now into the middle third. Can they do anything with it on offense? That's the larger question. Langston tried to get some work with it. And Harrison will pull it back to regroup just a little bit. And there's Alleyward. We're on the far touchline. There's some space available. Kate May couldn't quite control it, so it'll end up being a throw for Pope.
Rushed it just a bit. That happens when you don't see the ball very much. May drives forward. Had a little more time in front of her to work with.
May and Visage were there to defend, but Pope comes out of the jam, and they just send it forward into the attacking third to try to catch their breaths a little bit. Sent into the middle, looking for Scarpinato, and it was Abby Langston doing it. Harrison with possession now into the near corner. Offside. Flag is up here in minute number 14. Goalless once again from Cobley Stadium. Pope and Harrison, non-region matchup here for the SDH Game of the Week. Thanks for hanging out with us. Obviously, we will have the boys' game to follow after this one. Coming into the season to date, Pope was 0-2-1 with those 2 losses to Roswell and Lassiter. Tied Grady at 1s. And the one match so far on the flip side of things, 0-1 with the loss to Kennesaw Mountain. Sent in with the left with Scarpinato again, but cleared defensively for Pope, so it'll be a throw attacking third for Harrison.
Neither team really able to find much of a rhythm in the early going.
Scarpinato sends it in, headed it in! Sent in with the right and headed. The height advantage was there, headed in the back of the net, gets it past Bryn Yoder, and in minute 15, it's 1-0 Harrison.
Harrison didn't need much rhythm to create that opportunity off the throw. Great cross with the right foot curling into the back post and headed home. Nothing Yoder can do.
Saw a lot of work early on from Scarpinato and Alleyward. Those two combined again to put the ball in the back of the net. So here comes Pope trying to counter very, very quickly. Nicely done that time to quell that rush. Delaney Q in there as Sedagato was on the charge.
Deep throw in for the Greyhounds.
So Laverty will throw.
Believe it was Visage with the header. We're waiting on confirmation.
Throw into the area, headed clear. Top of the box, picked back out very quickly. And here comes Harrison with numbers. Can they get things sprung? Nicely done that time by Allison Gentry to intercept and keep it in Pope's possession. Aloisi tried to do something with the right to try to get it inside the area. Couldn't do it. Last touch by Harrison, so it'll be a throw here in minute 17 as we head toward minute 18. 1-0 Harrison.
Pope's had a lot of possession in Harrison's half and their final third, but haven't been able to create a quality chance out of it.
Looking for Sedagato was Laverty on the throw, sent in middle third, and the turn was there. Brownlee had it. And Brownlee keeps it near side Scarpinato. Nice release there. Visage looking to turn to set up the right. She'll kick it back and send it to Scarpinato again. Tried to cut it in with the left. And it's going to be a corner as it was last touched by Laverty on the defense.
It's good defensive work by Laverty, coming back and cutting things off. The cutback goes right off of Laverty out for the corner.
So let's see what this opportunity looks like for Harrison on the corner. Langston hanging closely as a bit of a safety valve. High line by Pope, put in right into the middle, and it's kicked and cleared. Going to be another corner for Megan Allyward.
Cleared away right at the near post. It was a low-driven corner looking for a sliding Hoya attacker.
Back post, this time headed down, and definitely an opportunity there. Saved nicely by Yoder. Couldn't collect it, but it's cleared, and it's going to be a very deep throw on the other side of the field.
Picked out Visage again, this time on the back post. Her header down, forced a nice save from Yoder. Corner kick from the far side this time around.
So let's see what Allyward wants to do with it this time. Sends it in, top of the 6. Pope could have a chance at it, but
left-footed shot was blocked.
And the flag is up.
Left-footed shot from about 20 yards out was blocked by a defender, but it fell to a player who was offside when the initial shot was taken. So free kick for Bryn Yoder, and Pope gets a chance to breathe. Trailing by 1 about midway through the first half.
Sent into the middle third. Harrison is there. And they will have possession once again. Abby Langston at the far. She couldn't quite hang on to it. A couple of 14s collide. Delaney Kewen on one side, set a Gatto for Pope, but it ends up in the back line for Harrison. And they'll try to do things middle third, but picked off nicely that time by Lauren Geller. Initially lost where she had it. But now Harrison comes back with it again, and Allyward.
Good turn by Allyward. Picked out Visage driving forward. Turned it over. Greyhounds try to turn at midfield. They lose possession. They'll get the throw, and we have substitutions now.
First substitutions on the day. Harrison, you'll have Ella Williams checking in, the sophomore, coming in for her first action. As a part of the substitutions, we'll get through them as Maddie Harris checking in for Harrison this go-around. Sent deeply. Can Yoder wait for it to get inside the area? She finally does. Just ahead of the attack from Harrison that time, it was Brittany Brownlee who was tracking it down.
Scarpinato with a nice turn at midfield. Tried to put a little air under it for Brownlee to run onto. A little too driven. Easy for Yoder to grab.
Far side in the middle third. Settling it down, Brittany Brownlee sent forward, but it's going to end up being a throw right on the edge of the defensive third for Pope. So we're now heading toward minute 21 here in the first half, 1-0. Brownlee with it, trying to turn over on the far side. She leaves it for a couple of teammates, and now, having flipped the field, Megan McCary has the ball taken away from her. But the back and forth puts it back in Harrison's possession. Speaking too soon, it goes to Pope, and they're going to try to send somebody down in their attacking third, but there nicely was Shelby Walling to try to send it forward, but keeps possession for Harrison that time. Good flip of the field, but once again, possession for Harrison. Allyward racing underneath it and trying to get to it is Maddie Harris. She cannot get to it in time. Looks like it's going to be goal. It's going to be a corner. Last touch defensively by Pope, so it's going to be a corner at the far side, and you'll get your combination of Allyward, and pairing up with this time, it's going to be Maddie Harris as the safety valve. Alley, trying to get it to the top of the six. Headed and off the crossbar. Another chance just missed by Harrison and cleared.
Visage with another opportunity on the back post. This time tries to float it over Yoder. Really intelligent header from Visage. Off the crossbar, nearly came back off of Yoder and fell into the goal. Visage wins possession again for the Hoyas. They look for the 1-2. It doesn't come off.
Pope tries to get it into the middle third and try to get something going offensively. Last touch by Harrison, so it'll end up just being a throw as Pope puts it back into play here in minute 23. Just the taller, more physical nature that we've seen from Harrison has worked in getting the ball away from Pope. Pope can't seem to get anything going offensively.
They can't get anything sustained into the final third and to create a chance. That's been the biggest problem. Pope's had some possession. They've had some corners. They've had some throw-ins deep, but they haven't been able to get anything from it. Sophie Dishman really hasn't had much to do in goal for the Hoyas so far.
Kewen and Brownlee working over at the far side. But it's picked up by Pope.
Good touch away by Morales as the Greyhounds try to find a way out down the right.
Sedagato couldn't quite track it down, so it'll be a throw for the Hoyas. Alleyward there for the turn for Harrison. Chance here in the near corner.
Good ball from Alleyward. Brownlee kept onside down the left. Pope's back line's getting stretched out a little bit, not keeping that solid line. Players are getting in behind.
We mentioned Avery Visage a lot in this first half, all over the place, trying to get something done offensively on this particular possession, headed back and forth. Pope tries to control it and turn it, but they can't. Ends up being a throw for Harrison.
Turns into a giveaway. Pope can't find Laverty down the right side.
Madeline Mitchell stepping into the play. Scarpinato back into the middle. Alleyward tries to send it into the area. It's cleared all the way to the back, and Shelby Walling.
Scarpinato keeps it in along the left touchline, now wins it back after pressure from Alleyward. Brownlee nearly finds the second ball. Harrison with a lot of good pressure, keeping things difficult for Pope as they try to build out of the back.
And just to try to get rid of it that time was Allison Gentry, just to kind of give the defense a bit of a breath here in minute 25.
Needed some help. It was starting to get stretched as Pope tried to get numbers forward to get out of their own half. They turned it over. Harrison went very quick, nearly took advantage of a disjointed Greyhound squad. Now the Greyhounds with a turnover.
2-on-1, turned around. Can Pope do something with it here? Ella Williams with a first touch.
It's a good first touch from Ella Williams, but the recovery from Madeline Mitchell, left back for Harrison, very strong. Hoyas regained possession, locked up in the middle third.
Aloisi tried to hook up with Sedagato, but it ends up going back to Harrison. The back and forth continues now, center circle. Ella Williams here at the near side. Tried to turn with it, could not, and it's sent out by Harrison, so it'll be a Pope throw.
Mitchell with another good defensive effort on Ella Williams as she got the first touch in, but Mitchell's able to body her off and allow the Hoyas to regain possession.
Abigail Rieger checking in for Pope. She'll give Emma Wyatrick a bit of a break. Throw in by Taylor Whiteside, the senior. She's also in now for Pope as well, number 20. Working near side with Lauren Geller. Not a lot behind the pass. It was intercepted, but last touched by Harrison, so Whiteside will have the throw again on the near. Headed out, and we'll try it again for a third time. Headed down, Hoyas had possession.
Brownlee can't turn it. Greyhounds recover. They try to launch an attack.
Sedagato to Aloisi. Aloisi launching it forward. Slide is there by the keeper, and it's sent out of the area. But once again, Pope with another chance. Chipped not a whole lot on it, and it's just going to go quietly behind the end line.
It's a good through ball looking for Gatto. Dishman came off her line very quickly with the slide. Won the slide. Didn't clear it completely from the defensive zone. Pope tried to take a quick chance as Dishman was scurrying back to her goal. Unable to put it on frame and with any heat on it, so it ends up as a goal kick for the Hoyas. Harrison leading 1-0, just under 13 minutes left in the first half.
Shelby Walling sends it in to the middle third. Pope had possession initially, but nice shouldering by Megan Alleyward to make sure that Harrison got the throw this time. Sent forward that time by Brownlee. Nothing but no one to help in that particular offense. Goes right into the arms of Bryn Yoder, and Yoder will send it forward from left to right for Pope.
It's a good idea from Brownlee. She's trying to just pop it over that back line and allow one of her teammates to run under it. Didn't come off, but the look was on it. Playing up against a high line like the Greyhounds are fielding. That ball's on if you can place it just right, especially with a front three. You just pop it over the line and let one of your wingers cut inside to get on it.
Emma McCurry didn't get to it quickly enough, and it's another chance for Harrison, but doubling back nicely that time was Emily Toole to quell that opportunity on offense for Harrison. Trying to calm things down middle third. Setagato in possession. Nice flick with the left. Here's a chance for Pope down the far side. Abigail Rieger trying to track it down. She can't get there first, but it will end up being a throw in the attacking third for Pope here as we have 11 and a half minutes to go here first half.
Great ball by the freshman Setagato. Gives an opportunity down the left side for Pope. Unable to make anything of it. Harrison has good speed on the back line. And when Gatto's been able to drop into space, find those little opportunities to spray a pass, Harrison has generally been able to recover.
Checking back in is Ashlyn Laverty for Pope. Taylor Whiteside returns to the bench.
Dishman comes off her line to pick up a pass in behind the back line, well shielded by that back line. Shelby Walling just shielding off the attacker to allow her goalkeeper, Sophie Dishman, to get both hands on it.
Rebecca Burrell there for the challenge, and Alleyward wanted a whistle, didn't get one. So now here's a turn for Pope, getting into their attacking third, trying to once again spring Abigail Rieger into the far corner, but once again getting there first, Kate May, and another chance for Pope to put something on the board here in the final 10 and a half gets quelled, so it'll be a throw.
May's pass out took a touch off of Rieger. Hoyas were able to regain possession. Visage tries to help it along, but the Greyhounds end up handball about 30 yards from midfield, and it'll be a free kick for the Hoyas.
Taylor Whiteside getting looked at by the physios. The reason that she ended up checking out pretty quickly there when a couple of minutes ago. Now she's getting looked at. Pope with possession middle third. Sending it to their back line to bring it forward on the flip. There's Rieger. The sophomore taken down. They're going to call a foul on Harrison, so it'll be a free kick just inside the halfway line, about 50 yards or so from goal.
9.5 left. Greyhounds looking for an equalizer.
Good idea that time. Madeline Mitchell, though, intercepting for Harrison. Rieger gets in the way of a Harrison attack. She intercepts it, and so Pope will now have an opportunity.
Great work by Rieger. Harrison just a little slow passing out of the back. Rieger did not stop running. Regains possession, wins the throw.
Presley Morales going back and forth with Emma McCurry to the top of the box. And now here middle third once again is Harrison. Quick work. Alleyward trying to spring two of her fellow forwards. Flag is up.
Grace Hale cutting inside on the left. Started the run just a little too early.
Coming up on 8.5 to go first half. Sent all the way through. Shielded nicely by the Harrison defense. Into the arms of Sophie Dishman, and Harrison gets to try it again.
Big punt from Dishman with the left boot. Greyhounds win it at midfield. Goes right back to Dishman, though, as they try to switch from right to left.
Geller was looking for Abigail Rieger, who's done some quality work here in the first half over on that far side.
A lot of hard running from Rieger.
Dishman taking her time, finally does introduce it, center circle. Allyward was a part of the discussion, sent out, and it's going to end up being a throw. Substitutions now. Once again for Harrison. Coming in, Alexis Scarpinato. After the work from Grace Hale, the sophomore. Intercepted that time, nicely done by Pope. Sedagato into the middle, Presley Morales. Rieger. Front line calling for it. Sedagato with the left, chips it in and through. Good idea. Didn't quite connect with the shot. Couldn't connect with Natalie Aloisi either. As we come up on 7 minutes to go first half, goal kick.
I think Gatto was looking for the pass when she should have been looking for the opportunity inside the 18. Could have had a rip on goal, looking for the option on the back post.
Sent in by Shelby Walling. Headed forward. Nice little skip flick that time to send it into the attacking third, but Emily Toole is there and has Rieger. Picked off that time, off of her boots that time by Megan McCary, nicely done, so Harrison has it again. And sent through and all the way down, eventually into the hands of Bryn Yoder, and Yoder will send it forward.
Pope's had more of the possession, but Harrison has been strong on set pieces, strong on the counterattack, and they have the goal to show for it.
Scarpinato drives it in with the right and is trying to send it toward goal. It was wide on the near side from the far side of the field, so to the near post, and it's going to end up being goal kick under 6 minutes.
Looked like the cross that nearly turned into a shot. Yoder had it covered. Brownlee was making the run to the back post. Scarpinato started on the left side of the Hoyas attack. She's moved over to the right.
Good interception there by Scarpinato. Tries to cut it inside. Nicely defended that time by Pope. Rieger has it. Kate May is on her. Relentless work by Harrison to try to get the ball back quickly. Players hitting the turf was Presley Morales. No call that time.
Morales battling through defenders. Went down twice. No call made. Will be a throw on the far side, about 40 yards from goal for the Greyhounds as they make a substitution.
Emma Wyatrick is back in. Abigail Rieger, sophomore for sophomore, but great work from Abigail Rieger in her time here in the first half.
It's the type of energy you need when you're trying to look for that equalizer. Hustle like that can become contagious.
Wyatrick tried to settle the throw-in down at the far, could not do it. Harrison with it now center circle, and Allyward with a lot of space. Sorry, that was Scarpinato with space.
Looking for the through ball. It's cut out by the Greyhounds. Scarpinato stayed down after being tackled on that initial pass. She's back up to her feet now as the Hoyas recover possession just outside the final third.
Visage turns to Allyward. Allyward double team trying to find a partner. She finally does. Gets it back about 35 yards. Nicely poked away that time by Pope. Burrell gets it pickpocketed away, and coming back the other way is Harrison. Right boot, right on. Poked over the bar.
Shot taken by number 8, Brittany Brown.
Big right boot by Brittany Brownlee. Bryn Yoder got a glove up. The ball would eventually hit the football crossbar and come back into play, and there was still some play going on. But well shot, well defended that time on both ends.
A good quick pass into Brownlee. She pulled it back with the right foot, turn, hard shot that Yoder could only get one hand to and push over the crossbar.
Allyward setting up the corner. Looking right in the beginning of the sixth, easily picked up there. Header went down onto the ground. Yoder grabs it.
That's a good header from Scarpinato. She went up over 2 defenders to win it. Forces the save out of Yoder. Yoder's able to have good footwork to slide to her left to make it look easy. But excellent battling in the air there from Scarpinato to win the header initially.
Madeline Mitchell and Lauren Geller fighting for possession, ended up touching Harrison last. Second throw in a row in the attacking third. Ashlyn Laverty will have it as we're now coming up on 2.5 minutes to go first half. Intercepted quickly that time by Harrison. Can they turn and get something done here offensively? Scarpinato and Visage. Through ball was there, but picked off that time by Toole. But getting the other chance is Harrison. With the left, Yoder through the hands and in the net. Maddie Harris with the shot with 2:01 to go in the first half goes under Bryn Yoder, and it's 2-0.
Visage tried to play the through ball down the right side. It was blocked, and it fell all the way across to the left to Harris. Harris with a left-footed shot low and hard. Little bit of a skip, gets under Yoder. She can't keep it out, and the Hoyas extend the lead to 2-0.
Pope trying to work quickly here in the final 2 minutes to try to get something on the board, get some momentum for the second 40 minutes just around the corner. Presley Morales has it intercepted. Harrison coming back now. Back and forth in the middle third. 90 seconds now. Ball skipping through on the turf here at Cobley Stadium. Pope had possession and a chance. Chipped down that time once again by Maddie Harris down the near side. And the back and forth continues, but Harrison has it middle third at 70 seconds.
Good composure from Visage. She plays it back to the back line. Delaney Kewen pushes it forward. Allyward switches it across. Brownlee. Scarpinato with the cross. It's blocked. Back to Scarpinato. She cuts inside. Left-footed cross. Cleared away. It's going to be a throw with 45 seconds left.
So let's see what Harrison has in mind here. In the final 45, Kate May looks like she's going to throw. Allyward tries to turn and set something up with that left foot. Good spin to get out of a jam. Sent backwards, but sent into the area, really high into the air. Pope has a chance to kind of calm things down, coming up on 20 seconds. But Harrison ends up with possession one more time. Chipped backwards. Chance for Maddie Harris again. Tries to send it in with the left, and it's last touched by Ashlyn Laverty. And can they get this off in the final 5 seconds?
It's a corner, but it looks like they're going to run out of time on getting this back into play.
Doesn't count, and that's your first 40 minutes. 2 goals on the board with Harrison getting both of them. 2-0 is the score at the break, and you had mentioned it, that Pope had their chances in possession, but Harrison, with their height and physicality, took advantage of set pieces, got the 2 goals on the board.
Visage and Harris with the goals. Visage dangerous in the air on multiple occasions. Harris takes advantage, quick thinking from her with the left-footed shot at the end of the half. And the home side, the Harrison Hoyas, in complete control as we take a break along with both teams. We'll be back in a few minutes here in Kennesaw.
I loved playing high school sports. I loved the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, all the pageantry, and I wanted to keep playing. But I graduated. No colleges called, and neither did the pros. So, to stay close to the game I loved, I decided to become a high school official. You know, a referee. When I played high school sports, I learned the importance of integrity, good sportsmanship, and respect for the rules. Now, as a high school official, I get to help model these same values to others. Maybe the colleges and the pros didn't call, but the kids in Georgia did. And now, I'm enjoying the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, and all the pageantry of high school sports all over again.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, contact my friend Steve Apolinski of Apolinski & Associates. He's been representing individuals for over 30 years throughout Georgia and Alabama. Email him at steve@aa-legal.com or call him 24/7 at 404-377-9191. The initial consultation is free.
We know that every driver is different, and a one-size policy does not fit all. That's why Country Financial offers a variety of discounts, so you get the coverage you need and the savings you deserve. From good driver to good student, multi-policy to multi-car, we've got a discount to suit every driver. Call Jason Wright at 678-568-6871 today to see what you could save. On Facebook at Jason Wright Agency or by phone at 678-568-6871. Discounts vary by state. Policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Preferred Insurance Company, or Country Casualty Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
A ranger station.
I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
I put out my campfire and Smokey Bear hugged me.
So you drowned the fire, you stirred it, drowned it again, and felt that it was cold?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but he's just letting you know you did good.
Bear hug from Smokey Bear. Status update.
I'm gonna let you go now. There are many ways to start a fire, but one sure way to put it out. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
Welcome back to Harrison High School on a Friday night. Almost Friday Night Lights. A little bit different type of football here tonight. In the girls' match, we're at halftime. Harrison Hoyas leading 2-0 over the Pope Greyhounds. Harrison, only one match on the season. Maybe that leads to a little bit of how disjointed it's looked at times tonight.
And that match was 10 days ago. So, once again, you'd mentioned weather. That's obviously played into it here in the South so far, with teams only getting one scrimmage, one match, maybe a couple here and there, depending on where you're located even. And, yeah, you're looking at trying to find those relationships that we like to talk about when you're talking about how things are in the beginning of a season. And you're finding that, but at the same time, when we were talking about what some of the coaches were looking for, expectations, with Pope, you wanted to take away those center midfielders who are going to be some of the best that we'll see all season long. They weren't able to do that in the first 40 minutes, and you get your two goals, one of them from Visage off the top.
Yeah, Harrison has been able to kind of find a way to compete tonight. It's been a little tough for them to connect the passes at times, but they've looked really good on set pieces, and where they've been able to counterattack, they go very quickly. Avery Visage, the holding midfielder who's bombing forward when she gets the opportunity, is really setting the pace for the Hoyas. But the front line with Allyward, with Scarpinato, and with Brownlee has been very, very strong. And then they've gotten some support from Maddie Harris coming in off the bench. Harris with one goal, Visage with the other. What does Harrison have coming up after this match?
After this match, we know about Dalton's boys. Harrison, a week from today, will find out what Dalton's, the Lady Catamounts are, because they come here to Cobley Stadium. Then it is a 3-game road trip to start things off in March. you're at Sprayberry, you're at Parkview, and you're at Stars Mill. So that's what you're looking at for Harrison after today.
We will come back in just a couple of minutes with second half action live from Harrison High School. Stay with us here on the SDH Network. Welcome back. Georgia High School Game of the Week here on the SDH Network, live from Harrison. The Hoyas leading 2-0 as we get ready to start the second half. The visitors, Pope, 0-2-1 on the season. That one draw was on the road at Grady in their last match out. What does Pope have coming up in the next couple of weeks?
They've got 2 on the road themselves, but it's a short turn. It's 2 matches in an 8-day span. They're at Sprayberry the middle of next week at Sprayberry High School on the 25th. Then a week from tonight, it's at Northview. So Sprayberry, Northview. Then after that, it's home against North Atlanta. And then a game against Academic Magnet of North Charleston, South Carolina. So challenging schedule on a short turn for Pope after this.
And with some of these games that both teams have had and teams all over the state have had canceled, you're going to have to piece together some makeup games here and there because you want to get as many matches as possible ahead of that region schedule. There's a few schools around the state that have already dipped into the region schedule, but as you get ready for it, that's what decides who goes to the state. That's why these early season games are so important, but when they get canceled, you really can't get that match rhythm. And it's shown tonight with 2 teams that have a lot of talent, but it's just been disconnected at times in the passing game.
Yeah, and that's, obviously that's expected to a certain degree with the lack of game state that you have here. So that's what you're kind of keeping an eye on initially anyway. It's like, yes, it's good to get back out here finally, but we talk about relationships, talk about formations and things like that, and how to adjust and get adjusted to everyone, and how things fly and how things are going to end up when you're down. And this is going to be the test for Pope here in the second half. Is you're down 2-0. How do you respond against a Harrison team that is going to challenge you and give you a good note for a good set of notes for going forward?
Harrison goes quick, too, to put Pope under pressure. They enter into the attacking half, but the Greyhounds take over. Visage intercepts a pass and resets, going all the way back to her goalkeeper, Sophie Dishman.
Going left to right is going to be going left to right in this particular half as you're getting everything all squared away here. I'm sitting here, it's like, okay, the they're just reversed. That's all it is. It's a reversed. How they were in the first half, it's different in the second half. How things were, it's different. But now Harrison's
whichever way they're going.
Yeah, whichever way they're going, it's left to right now for Harrison.
Whichever way they're going, Avery Visage is intercepting everything possible. She drives forward into the final third, looking for an opportunity. Scarpinato, nice through ball shot, saved by Bryn Yoder. Still loose. It's going to be a corner.
Langston.
Great work by Harrison. Langston with that shot. Big save by Yoder.
No doubt, and that's good for her confidence, obviously, with letting that second goal through. You have a moment like that, and that's got to do wonders for you. A minute 20 in here to the second half, and Allyward, once again, no safety valve this time, so she's going to send it to the top of the six, headed down off a couple of bodies. Pope tries to get it cleared, and they finally do get it outside the box, but only as far as the middle third, really. But then the back and forth continues. And Pope, going from right to left here in the second 40 minutes, will try to get things settled with Emma Wyatrick. But once again, you end up with Megan Allyward for Harrison. We've mentioned Allyward a lot. We've mentioned Scarpinato a lot. We've mentioned Visage a lot, Avery Visage, who's heading to Virginia Tech. So a lot of quality in that midfield, and it has not disappointed tonight.
The Hoyas with a little bit of a combination now. Brownlee tries to go back to Visage. Unable to pick her out. Greyhounds looking for an escape route down the right side. Pass is cut out. Madeline Mitchell, who's had a strong match at left back for the Hoyas, intercepts the pass. Does give away possession. Throw for the Greyhounds. About 15 yards inside their own half.
Ashlyn Laverty with the throw. Once again, Pope in their white kits, and they're heading from right to left here in the 40 minutes in the second half. Harrison in their dark blues. They're going from left to right as you envision the game of the week here in your mind's eye. 2:45 gone here, second half. Still 2-0 the advantage for Harrison. Laverty with the throw again for Pope, but once again settled, and Harrison goes chasing into the attacking third.
Scarpinato just bombing forward, blocks the clearance. It goes off the Greyhounds defender. Quick throw. Here come the Hoyas.
Allyward into the middle of the area, and in! Quick work that time. Brittany Brownlee with goal number 3, 3 minutes and 12 seconds into the second half, and it's 3-0.
It's excellent work by Alexis Scarpinato. One of this team's captains on the left side doesn't give up on the ball, earns a throw, and takes it very quickly. Megan Allyward driving forward into the 18, cuts it back, and it's a great shot. Brittany Brownlee with a goal for the Hoyas early in the second half as they extend the lead to 3-0.
One from Visage, one from Maddie Harris, now one from Brownlee for Harrison. It's 3-0.
The kickoff for Pope. They need to get something early to stem the tide.
Try to send it over the back line there. Nicely chipped. But the Harrison defense will sit there, and they'll clamp down on it.
And when they're able to pick out Visage, she can get him out of trouble. She gives it away this time. Wyatrek with the interception.
But the chance for Setagato turned into a deflection and a turnover middle third. But back quickly is Pope again.
Setagato. Morales now down the right side.
Into the far corner, sent into the area. Nice short hop pickup that time by Sophie Dishman. And pickup that time for Harrison.
Good form from Dishman. She gets her body behind it, gets both hands down. Secure hands, but if it had gotten through the hands, would have come off the body, would not have found the back of the net.
Into center circle. Harrison comes down with it.
Brownlee to Allyward. Scarpinato with a cross, top of the 18. Brownlee heads it on.
Couple of bodies on both sides coming, trying to gain possession. Harrison comes away with it this time. Big launch, and Yoder is there. Kind of on the in-betweens. Was it going to be wide? Yoder erring on the side of caution that time. Grabs it with both hands 4.5 minutes in.
Big shot from Megan McCary from about 25 yards out. Yoder's able to parry it down and then gather it in.
Scarpinato and Allyward with a 1-2, but picked off nicely there. by Pope.
Ashlyn Laverty, good defensive work as she's getting overloaded on her right side.
But the ball doesn't go out. Alleywood, offside flag is
offside
up.
as Scarpinato was coming back from an offside position.
So 5 minutes in, and it looks like Pope is going to have some substitutions at the first opportunity.
Good adjustments at halftime from Jonathan Gross, head coach of these Harrison Hoyas. Finding a couple overloads. Right now it's on that left side as Alleywood drifts over and combines with Scarpinato, creating 2v1 situations.
A lot of space here for Harrison to operate. Flick sent over. Abby Langston tried to get something done with the right, deflected out. It's going to be a goal kick, and substitutions now for Pope.
Langston looking for the big shot from the edge of the 18. Skidded away from her just a little bit, but the Hoyas are just keeping the pressure on the Greyhounds right now.
First appearances for Caroline Heinzelman for Pope, number 11, and Taylor Oobs, 22.
And Heinzelman, the freshman, goes into that right back position that Harrison has been attacking here in the second half.
Speaking of attack, Harrison will have the chance to do it one more time. Megan McCary goes for the quick throw in. Flicked forward to try to keep everything moving.
Great tackle on Alleywood.
Then the spin that time trying to settle was Abby Langston outside of her left cleat, left shoe, and it ends up going out. It'll be a goal kick. Hitting the deck pretty hard that time was Megan Alleywood trying to shake it off of that right hip.
That was a big tackle from Ashlyn Laverty, who's moved over to the left side. Had to go in strong as Alleywood was driving into the 18.
But Scarpinato was there as Yoder sends the ball back into play for Harrison, and it's going to be a deep Harrison throw, and they're attacking third as we're in minute number 8.
Another quick throw as the Hoyas try to catch the Greyhounds. A little discombobulated after the set piece. Visage cuts it back, looking for a shot, slips a pass into Brownlee instead. Alleywood can't find the handle, and Pope gets out of trouble.
Trying to get something done that time, Allison Gentry to Presley Morales. Morales had some space, but to intercept it, good joust that time by Harrison to regain possession, and it's another chance for Abby Langston here near side.
Langston cuts inside, plays to Alleywood. Visage with the right-footed shot right at Bryn Yoder.
Probably didn't get as much on it as she would have liked. Ended up being like a half chip, half shot. Yoder got it on the second hop and sends it back into play. But once again, the pressure is there from Harrison, keeping it on Pope, not giving them any chance to settle and get anything done offensively.
Harrison takes it back. Alleywood, it's tackled away from her. Greyhounds with an opportunity to break into space now.
Presley Morales looking for Emily Toole on the near side, tries to chip it forward. Setagato in pursuit for Pope, but it ends up in the hands of Sophie Dishman. And Dishman will calm things down a little bit here, 8.5 minutes into the second half.
Nice tackle by right back Kate May for the Hoyas. Got stuck in on Emily Toole, who was driving down the left side. May's block took all the heat off of that cross, made it very easy for Dishman to gather in.
Abby Langston for Harrison had possession toward the center circle, but it was knocked away, and Pope will have another opportunity going from right to left.
Gatto couldn't find the handle. Pope regains possession.
Visage tried to do something with it. Pope ended up chasing after it as well. Once again, Presley Morales getting some good work in for the freshman.
Gatto tries to pick out a pass down the right side. It's cut out by the Hoyas. Now they're able to get to midfield.
Alleywood had it, center circle, tried to dribble out of trouble. Pope sends it down, but the back line for Harrison is there to regain possession.
Brownlee was unable to turn. Scarpinato tackled just inside her defensive half. No call made.
Morales was there.
Morales springs the Greyhounds down the right side, but the pass a little heavy. It's going to be a throw for Harrison.
Late 10th minute here. And Pope trying to answer the pressure that Harrison has been putting on here in the first little bit of the second half.
30 minutes left, 3-0 for the Hoyas, and here they come again through Visage.
Through the wickets to get something figured out here offensively for Harrison. Visage in the middle.
Alleyward, left-footed pass through, too much, nobody home, easy for Bryn Yoder. Greyhounds goalkeeper Yoder looking for options, clearing her lines. Big punt with the right boot to midfield.
On the in-between hop, Harrison comes down with it, and once again, we've mentioned Megan Alleyward again. Alleyward now Scarpinato on the far side for Harrison.
Scarpinato through two, right-footed shot. What a save.
Glove in the air, was going just under the crossbar. Bryn Yoder was there, got a glove in the air up and over the crossbar. It'll be a corner to the near side, but another great chance for Harrison there as we're in minute 11 of the second half.
Scarpinato just driving through two defenders like they're not even there. Right-footed blast from about 20. Great save from Bryn Yoder.
Alleyward brings it in to the safety valve, Abby Langston. Tried to get something done with Alleyward that time, sending it in. Double hop, Yoder picks it up.
Alleyward was looking for the run at the near post. It didn't happen quick enough. Didn't get the run from McCary that Alleyward was looking for. Yoder punts to midfield.
Harrison ends up with it again from center circle, but Pope has a chance now, sending it down here into the near corner, but the only person to get there first is someone for Harrison. It's Delaney Kewen. Kewen gets it back to Dishman, and they'll go around the horn.
Good patience from the Hoyas, trying to build out of the back with a lead. They can take a few more chances doing that. When it comes off, they get an opportunity to break like this one.
It was McCary and eventually trying to get it into Scarpinato as she had some space, but the touch was too heavy.
It's very fluid in the front line. Scarpinato didn't get on it. It was Alleyward looking for Scarpinato, but Scarpinato had cut inside. Brownlee had switched to the outside. Harrison, second match of the season, they're really starting to build these connections as they get deeper into this one tonight.
Emma Wyatrick checking back in for Pope. She'll replace Rebecca Burrell. Laverty with the throw. The beginning of the attacking third for Pope as they're going from right to left here.
Gatto gets down the left side. Good cross from Sedagato.
Delaney Kewen was there to mark. Ball ends up going over the end line. It will eventually be a goal kick now. 12 and a half minutes in, second half. Pope starting to get some rhythm and get some chances and some pressure on the Harrison net.
The Sedagatos look dangerous for the Greyhounds. The freshman, number 14, when she's on the ball, when she drops off of that front line and picks out a pass, that's where the Greyhounds' best opportunities have come from.
Abby Langston sends it forward for Harrison, but eventually it goes back to Bryn Yoder, and Yoder just gets rid of it to kind of calm things down a little bit, so it'll be a throw in the attacking third for Harrison here.
Pressure from Brownlee caused Yoder to not risk anything and just play it out for the throw.
Kate May had the throw. Back to the beginning of the attacking third for Harrison now. Doubling back was Alleyward.
Good ball in from McCary. Scarpinato cutting across.
Scarpinato looked to get around two Pope defenders and try to split them. Couldn't quite do it. Trying to settle things down briefly. Pope here. 13 and a half minutes into the second half, and here's a chance for the Greyhounds if they can turn on it.
It's a great first touch to settle it. Sprayed it out to the left side looking for Emily Toole. Sedagato again. It's a great first touch from Gatto at midfield, and then a quick pass. Not always on the same page with her Pope teammates, but Sedagato, when she's able to get on the ball, that's when Popes look their most dangerous. She hasn't been able to get on the ball very much because of the strong Harrison defense.
Laverty and Gatto. Gatto tried to settle it for Emily Toole. Toole couldn't control, so it will be a throw for Harrison going left to right here in the second half.
Just over 25 minutes left. The Hoyas lead 3-0, and they're looking for more.
Good poke by Alleyward to spring the offense and outside of the near post. The chance was there for Brownlee.
It's a great ball played in. Brownlee makes the long run, does everything right. Defended well, didn't have a lot of options to cut back, so she tried for the narrow angle at the near post. Couldn't beat Yoder, couldn't beat the inside of the post. Langston with a good through ball into Brownlee. Goal kick taken and deflected forward. McCary wins it for the Hoyas.
Presley Morales tried to challenge off of the second ball, got shouldered off of it, and Harrison has a chance, but sent into the middle where all that's there are the white Pope jerseys. And can Pope settle it down with Sedagato?
3 on Gatto. McCary takes it away from her. But Gatto recovers it. Driving forward, Sedagato with the pass. It's cut out, back to Gatto.
Great work from the 9th grader here.
Good first touch, left-footed cross in, but it had gone over the touchline. Hoyas throw about 40 yards from their own goal.
And also, remember, Sedagato and Bryn Yoder, this is their first match back. They're just back from basketball season, so it's their first chance to get some quality minutes here going up against a tough opponent.
Ball chipped in, looking for Gatto. It's a little too heavy. Sophie Dishman grabs that one easily.
Minute 17 here in the second half. 2 goals in the first half for Harrison, 1 by Brownlee, 3:12 into the second half to make it 3-0, which is where we are right now. Pope with it, trying to get things happening in the middle third, and they're going to call a whistle, and it'll be a set-piece opportunity here. Free kick for Pope just inside the halfway line.
Trip at midfield. Pope takes it short to Morales. Morales comes back to Laverty. Laverty to Toole. Pope trying to attack down their left side. Laverty recovers the clearance. Toole tries to spin and turn, but she earns the throw.
Tries to get a big throw in. Behind is Sedagato. Can she turn and get something done? Chance and not a whole lot on it that time by Lauren Geller. A lot of open space for Geller. Didn't get a whole lot on it. Goes right to Sophie Dishman.
The awareness from Gatto, though. No hesitation to stop and turn, knowing she's got runners behind her. That field awareness from a freshman, it's really impressive. Pope's got a special one up top in Sedagato.
Natalie Aloisi tries to get something going for Pope on offense. Now over to the far side, it's Lauren Geller. But she is shepherded off the ball, and they call her for the foul, so it'll be a free kick for Harrison here, 17 and a half minutes in.
Just gets away from Geller a little bit, and as she tries to recover it, she goes through the back of the defender. Nice defensive work from Madeline Mitchell on that far side. She's had a strong performance at left back for the Hoyas.
Headed forward. Megan Allyward tried to continue into the attacking third. Last touch by Pope. Quick throw in and advanced down into the attacking third deep that time. Brittany Brownlee over in the far corner. Chance here inside the area. Intercepted, deflected, and cleared, but not out. It stayed in play, or did it? They're going to call a throw.
Throw about 30 yards from goal for the Harrison Hoyas. They lead 3-0. Just over 21 minutes left as the Hoyas start to rotate their attack just a little bit.
Maddie Harris checking in for Harrison.
Harris has a goal on the night for the Hoyas.
And she's replacing Megan McCary.
Huge tackle from Scarpinato. Keeps it alive. Langston trying to find some space for a shot. Can't do it. It ends up going out for a goal kick. But Scarpinato went down hard, and she stayed down on the edge of the 18.
She's waved off the center ref for the moment, just trying to get on 2 feet and try to get her legs underneath her a little bit.
She's fine. Just stretching a little bit. Went in very strong with that sliding challenge. It's going to be a goal kick for Bryn Yoder and the Pope Greyhounds.
First touch to Harrison, but Pope had a chance at the second touch, but it's intercepted that time. Taken away, and it's another possession. Intercepted back.
Scarpinato digs it out, wins it from 2. Long shot blocked about 25 yards out. Hoyas keep possession. May chips one in, looking for Brownlee. It's headed away. Visage recovers it. Hoyas keep possession. It's Sprays it out to the left side to Harris. Left-footed shot, trying to chip Yoder. She goes up and makes the save.
Yoder gets about as high as she can with hands extended above her head, knocks it down, grabs it with that second chance, and so she had control of it both ways through. Nicely done by Yoder that time.
Yoder with the punt to midfield. It's cleared away. Throw for the Greyhounds inside their own half. The throw put out again. It's going to be a throw right at midfield for the Greyhounds. Mitchell with a clearance, and the Hoyas have possession just inside their own half.
Working it through their back line. Trying to flick it and move forward here is Abby Langston on the near side for Harrison. She's got some space. Had a passing partner with Allyward who let it go all the way through, and it ends up in Bryn Yoder's hands again.
That's an excellent pass by Delaney Kewen, splitting the lines at center back. Harrison starting to put things together the longer this match goes. The midfield trio has been strong. The front three has been very strong. And the back line has defended well, and now they're starting to join the possession phase of play a little bit more.
Presley Morales tried to gain control of it, but they're going to call a whistle on a free kick.
Maddie Harris committed that foul. Morales was trying to push forward. It's actually a very smart foul from Harris to prevent the break by the Greyhounds.
Sent to the top of the 18, flicked and nicely defended that time just to kind of get in the way of Presley Morales to keep her from getting a run inside the box. And so it'll be a goal kick for Harrison and Sophie Dishman.
Dishman with the punt at the top of the 18. Sometimes there's an art to defending in making contact without committing a foul. That time, Kewen just gets enough of a body on Morales to take her out of her run, not enough to commit the foul, and the Hoyas regain possession. They have a throw on the far side after this substitution.
Audrey Pavic, number 4, coming in for Harrison. And sitting down is going to be Abby Langston.
Driving forward to the top of the 18, shot with the right foot right at Yoder.
A lot behind it that time, but Yoder in front of it had it tracked the entire time. 17 and a half minutes to go now. Margin still 3-0 for Harrison.
Alexis Scarpinato, one of the captains of the Hoyas, along with Visage and Allyward, leading them to a 3-0 lead right now. 17 plus left.
Maddie Harris trying to send it into the middle. 3 Pope players in and around Allyward. Understandably so. Pope comes out with it.
Gatto checks back on the pass from Morales. Wins possession. Greyhounds connecting a few passes now. Morales again tripped up. Gatto had made the run. Kewen commits the foul about 40 yards from goal. Free kick for the Greyhounds.
The pass from Natalie Eloisi in the center circle kind of got Morales moving, gave her some space, sets up the opportunity here for Emily Toole from 45.
Toole goes for goal from 45 yards out. It's hit pretty well, but it's right at Dishman. A little bit of a bobble. I don't think she expected that to come all the way to her, but gathers it in to keep the Greyhounds off the board.
Toole heading to Georgia State right now. That's where she's declared for her collegiate soccer.
Pavic heads it along, driving down the right side for the Hoyas.
Nicely done by Laverty that time to defend and just kind of slow things down a little bit. Obviously, it'll be a deep throw again for Harrison here near side in the attacking third, but well defended by Ashlyn Laverty.
Throw in, cut out. Morales trying to find the handle for Pope. She does. Picks out Setagato. About 10 yards inside her own half. Combines with Aloisi. Pope looking for an outlet down the right. Harrison recovers well to slow things down.
Last touched by Harrison that time. So it'll be a throw close to center line here as we're 15 and a half minutes to go. Harrison ends up with it, sends it into their attacking third over the top of the final line for Pope. The Greyhounds send it forward close to center line. Last touched by the Greyhounds. It'll be a throw for Harrison.
Gentry defended that well for the Greyhounds, popped it forward, but here come the Hoyas again.
Good turn by Alleyward to try to create some space on the far side. Once again, Alleyward and Scarpinato combining, but Bryn Yoder got there first.
That's a good turn by Alleyward. The pass just a little much, even for somebody with the speed of Alexis Scarpinato. Yoder quickly off her line to get down and cut it out.
Pavic tried to chest it and settle it down. Pope ends up launching it into their attacking third. It'll be a throw for Harrison here at 14 and a half minutes to go. Pope ends up with it, but missed the pass in the middle of the pitch. Good spin to get out of trouble. Maddie Harris that time tries to send it into the attacking third, but Pope is there to defend, and they'll have another chance. Once again in the middle, it's Scarpinato now for Harrison. Trying to turn the corner. 40 yards out she does, but well defended by Taylor Oobs. So Scarpinato cannot turn the corner and get inside the 18.
Oobs did not give Scarpinato any look at cutting back inside the goal. Harrison with a throw, combining pass goes into an offside position.
Yeah, we mentioned players heading to the next level. We mentioned Alleyward going to Middle Tennessee State. We mentioned Visage going to Virginia Tech for Harrison. Emily Toole to Georgia State for Pope. But Pope being as young as they are getting a lot of schools looking at their juniors in their sophomore class.
Harrison trying to find Visage at midfield. Pope intercepts. Battle on the far side. It's going to be a throw. Won by Scarpinato. Tries to spring Alleyward, but Pope's able to clear, but only as far as Visage.
We've seen Visage drop deeply in both halves. Quality work, both setting up the offense and doing things well defensively. Well-rounded player for the Harrison Hoyas.
Pope looks for Gatto over the top. They take another look at it. This time it's sprung out to the right side. Hoyas intercept. Visage just inside her own half.
Aloisi was looking for Wyatrick that time for Pope. Didn't turn into anything over at the far side. Now it's another chance for Harrison if they can turn the corner.
Ball played down the right side. Alleyward cuts it back to her left foot. Tackled away by Oobs. Won by May for Harrison. Now back to Alleyward. Right-footed shot. Blocked.
And it's going to end up being a corner over on the far side, as it was last touched by Laverty, I want to say, by Pope. So with 12 minutes to go, you're going to see Megan Alleyward once again with a corner from the far side. Let's see what Harrison has in mind here.
May, Pavic, and Alleyward combined to create that opportunity. Corner on the far side for the Hoyas.
Katie Curd checking in for Harrison, and she is replacing Brittany Brownlee.
Corner to the penalty spot. Visage doesn't get a clean header. It kind of skims off the back of her head. Hoyas keep possession on the far side, and they earn a throw.
Madeline Mitchell was in closed quarters that time with Audrey Pavic, but it was last touched by Pope that time, so it's another chance attacking third for the Hoyas.
Tackled away from May. Morales and Gatto trying to get the Greyhounds out of trouble. They can't.
Pavic now, near side, trying to get into the attacking third, maintains control, sent backward, chipped forward, but Pope's there defensively. And once again, Megan Alleyward in the middle. But Pope had possession. Harrison got it back.
Pavic, Alleyward back looking for Pavic. It's going to be a little much for her to get to. Oobs lets it run, but it's going to be a throw in the corner. And now with a substitution, Harrison can step up and press this throw and make it very difficult for the Greyhounds.
Rebecca Burrell checking in, as well as Ella Williams, number 4 and number 8, respectively, for Pope. So let's see what happens on the throw in the absolute near corner.
Greyhounds completely stuck in the corner now as the Hoyas box them in. Gatto has to drop deep to try to help them out, and she can't do it. Hoyas in possession, looking to get into the final third.
Alleyward ends up springing things over on the far side with Maddie Harris, but it ends up with Pope trying to get something done in the middle third, defended and just knocked out. So it'll be a throw with 9:45 and counting regulation. Pope will throw middle third.
Turn at midfield, passes intercepted by the Hoyas. Looking for the ball over the top. Katie Curd, the substitute, playing as the number 9 now up top. Hoyas combine. Alleyward pulls it back, beats the defender.
Good spin move there.
Alleyward shot blocked about 20 yards from goal. Greyhounds with an opportunity, but the pass is just a little too much for Emily Toole to get on the end of.
Shot from Alleyward went into Taylor Oobs, and the length of the deflection ended up creating a chance for Pope offensively. Couldn't do anything with it with Emily Toole. Ended up being a throw now up over the top.
It's over the top. Bryn Yoder grabs it at the top of the 18.
Under 9 minutes to go, regulation. So once again, reminder, after this match is over, we'll do the boys' match with Harrison and Pope. Thanks for hanging out with us here on the SDH Network and the Soccer Down Here Game of the Week. Pavic gets out of trouble, gave it to Alleyward. Alleyward will bring it backwards and chipped into trouble. Pope trying to get something done over on the far side, 8:20 and counting, but Harrison gets there defensively in the far corner. Looks like it was last touched that time by Setagato in pursuit. It's going to be a deep throw for the Hoyas, it looks like.
Just over 8 minutes, Hoyas leading 3-0. Pope trying to cut into this lead, but their throw only finds a navy blue kit. Visage leads the Hoyas out.
Pavic looking for the looping Alleyward as we're now under 8 minutes. It's going to be a throw for Harrison. Kate May off of a give and go. Tries to send it in with the left. The back line of Pope is there. And Rebecca Burrell sends it into center circle, but Harrison is there. Megan Alleyward back to the back, working their way forward into the attack, but it's picked off by Rebecca Burrell for Pope. Spinning quickly, Natalie Aloisi. Setagato had it for Pope. Harrison's defense steps up with 7 minutes to go, trying to spring it through the middle, but once again, the turnover, nicely defended that time. Great through ball. Setagato running into the far corner. Tries to cut it back. Defending that time was Shelby Walling. Nicely done. Sent backward. Tries to get it inside the area. Nothing happening there. It's headed clear and into center circle. Alleyward will turn and create some space for Audrey Pavic. Pavic cuts it inside. Once again, Scarpinato loops it forward. Looking for Katie Curd, and it was a shot that was wide at 6:20.
Saved by Yoder. Good save with both hands. Pushes it wide. Yoder with an excellent save there. Curd dropped it back. I believe the shot might have come from Alleyward in the midfield. It was from distance, about 25 yards out.
Abigail Rieger checking in for Ashlyn Laverty. Sent to the penalty spot, up and over. Settled down. Can Harrison come up with a chance here? Near corner, last touched by Pope. It'll be the deepest of deep throws, attacking third near the corner flag near side.
Pavic takes the throw to the edge of the 18. Cross attempt by Scarpinato's blocked. Corner for the Hoyas with about 5.5 left.
So that means that we'll see Megan Alleyward here at the near corner flag. Pope marking at both the near and the far post, but she goes straight to the safety valve that time. The closest to her was Katie Curd. Curd with it now, tries to send it into the area, deflected, and it's going to be a deep throw in for Harrison at 5 minutes to go. Knocked away as the throw-in was headed for Megan Alleyward. Pope with a bit of a break here. Through ball. The attempt at a through ball. Defended nicely that time by Harrison, but once again, Rebecca Burrell gets in the way.
There's always one more defender for the Hoyas than there are attackers for the Greyhounds. Even that last break attempt, both center backs for Harrison are back to deal with Sedagato, able to regain possession very quickly.
Cassidy Hinghold will make her first appearance for the match, number 16, as well as Allie Wyndham. Wyndham, the junior defender, Hinghold, the sophomore midfielder. So Jonathan Gross giving a lot of players a lot of work tonight.
With a 3-0 lead, you can do that. 4.5 left. Hoya's trying to see this one out for their first win of the season.
Harrison defenders getting into the passing lanes. Trying to get out of a jam that she created herself was Cassidy Hinghold. It ends up back in the hands of Sophie Dishman before Pope could get off a shot here at 4 minutes.
Hinghold tried to spin around the left side, but her dribble attempt was blocked. The block went all the way back to Dishman. No shot attempt for the Greyhounds. Dishman trying to keep the clean sheet for the full 80.
Katie Curd couldn't get to that through ball in time. There was a lot of speed behind it. Cleared that time by Bryn Yoder.
Pavic was chasing, but the Greyhounds are able to clear, get it to midfield. Headed on by Gatto.
Abigail Rieger tried to chase. 3 defenders in front of Rieger for Pope. Nicely defended that time from Harrison as Pope tried to go over the top.
Visage regained possession for the Hoyas. Drops it back to the back line. Back to Visage. She sprays it out to the left. Pass attempt is blocked. Hoyas throw near midfield.
Hinghold tries to get it forward. Katie Curd ends up going down along with Allison Gentry, and it looks like they're going to call Gentry for the foul. So it'll be a set piece at 250 from about 35 yards over at the far sideline for Harrison here.
Good work from Katie Curd off the bench as a backup forward option. Quick feet as she tried to turn. Gentry late on the challenge, commits the foul. Visage takes the free kick.
Sent into the area.
Scarpinato tried to redirect it. Might have taken a little bit of a kick herself.
Yep.
Goes off of Scarpinato, out for a goal kick.
And so Yoder will send it back in as we're now.
It's going to be a free kick, actually. Scarpinato was offside on the initial challenge.
Okay, so coming up on 2 minutes to go. Yoder will send it forward.
Yoder can't pick out a teammate. Hoyas recover. They try to spring down the right side.
Pavic cuts it back inside. Can she do anything with it? Tried to find Scarpinato right at the 6, but there was too much behind it. It'll be a goal kick at 1:45, and it looks like coming in, Ashlyn Stevenson, the senior midfielder, will get some action this evening as well.
It was good work by Pavic. She cuts it back to the left foot, gets around the defender, little bit between two minds, might have been shooting for the far post, might have been looking for the pass, ends up really getting neither one. But the build-up play from Pavic, another player for Harrison off the bench tonight, been very strong. The Hoyas really connecting the dots tonight. The longer this match goes, they've looked better and better, and the deeper they go into the bench, getting these key minutes for players. This late in February, with only the second game of the season, it's been a very rewarding evening for the Harrison Hoyas.
Yep. And with Pope, last season making it to the quarterfinals in 6A, they're looking to get back there this year in a very, very tough region. So another learning chance for Pope here, as they will go to 0-3-1, as we're now about 45 seconds to go. losing to Roswell and Lassiter, drawing to Grady, and then this effort tonight where they've got a lot that they can take from it, a lot that they can learn from here, down 3-0 with time running out.
Hoyas trying to add one more with 30 seconds left. Scarpinato will not be denied as she tries to get on the board, tackled about 25 yards from goal, and she goes down just exhausted. It's been a great effort from Alexis Scarpinato. It's been a great effort from these Harrison Hoyas.
Great through ball here to finish, coming up on 10 seconds. Chance for Pope, and it might be one last corner if they can get there.
They're going to run out of time, and the Hoyas are going to get the clean sheet and the 3-0 win.
So great effort from Harrison tonight. Avery Visage with a goal, Maddie Harris with a goal. It was 2-0 at the half. Then great teamwork from Megan Alleyward, whose name we mentioned a lot tonight. Brittany Brownlee gets goal number 3 at 3:12 of the second half. So 3 goals on the board. The clean sheet for Sophie Dishman. Quality win for Harrison as they prepare for Dalton here at Cobley Stadium in a week's time.
Pope will try to bounce back. They fall to 0-3-1. Harrison with their first win of the season. They go to 1-1. We're going to take a quick break as we get ready for boys action between the Greyhounds and the Hoyas. Thanks for listening to the Georgia High School Game of the Week on the SDH Network. We'll be back in about 20 minutes.